Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow. I really like the quote, which I say in almost every episode that we do, by Resmaa Menakem from My Grandmother's Hands, which is trauma decontextualized. And decontextualized means like over time it's decontextualized, right? Like it's the Scottish, all that war and stuff.
Yeah.
All that trauma
Yeah.
is decontextualized over time. You forget about it.
Yeah.
Right? But trauma decontextualized in a people looks like culture.
Yeah.
Trauma decontextualized in a family looks like family traits.
Yeah.
Trauma decontextualized in a person looks like a personality.
Yeah.
And I added in trauma decontextualized in a company looks like the company's culture.
Yeah.
So until you really gain the context on why these things happen, how they go about, it's really hard to understand what's going on in front of us, right?
Totally. And, the thing is, I think most people want to do a really good job. Like their work matters to them. They show up every day, they work hard, they give up their family time, their sleeping time, whatever, to do this thing. Even the most disengaged, there's something about their value connected to that job that they're doing. And I think starting from that, remembering that when we start messing with and telling people they're not doing it right or well, or they didn't do a good job, that connects to value really, really fast.
Oh, absolutely.
So how do we make sure that you got to pay attention to that? It doesn't mean you tell everybody they're doing a great job when they're not. As a matter of fact, helping somebody do a better job is a great way to help them figure out how to grow that value. That's a gift. Mm-hmm. But just being mindful of this idea of diminishing people at work and what that does beyond the transactions they're doing, what that does to them and their value. That's what I mean by the feeding and growing of people. Yeah. Recognizing that.
I think we're talking about the same thing.
Yep.
Because that Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of example I was using, it works, right?
Yeah.
I can scare the crap out of my kids
work.
and it'll work.
Yeah.
And I can shame them.
Yep.
I will shame whatever. You can shame people into doing stuff.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
You can force them into stuff. And that actually works in the short term. But in the long term, that causes damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That causes damage. So how do you heal the organization in the proper way so that people can actually come as their whole selves without worry about, am I being judged? Because the judgment piece in there is dangerous.
Yep.
Right? And everything is judged, good, bad, right,
judged.
wrong. We're always going to have that judgment in place. So to me, it starts with the leader. So it becomes really hard when the leader of the organization says, okay, you know what? There's problems with my staff and so on. And I need you to come in and fix that.
Yeah.
When really what it is the three fingers pointing directly back at the leader. And it's a tough piece because the people at the top of the organizations, to me, what I see are the ones with the most unresolved trauma.
Yeah. But the hardest thing there is that what they've been doing for the last 40 years is what got them to their quote unquote success.
Yeah, so it can be hypervigilant and make stuff happen.
Totally.
Super
exactly.
helpful.
And as a matter of fact, they know how to get the other things all done. So it's a difficult pill to swallow to say you're the problem when actually you're quite successful. It's all those other people who aren't quite as successful yet, who still work under you because they haven't become as successful. So clearly they're the problem, not you. You know what I mean?
Well, performance and a healthy organization are two not necessarily correlated pieces, right? I think we all know very clearly of organizations in a very intimate way that have high performance, cannot retain people, and have an extraordinarily great public image.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. It's how you define performance, right? I mean, if you can define performance as the health and wellness of your people.
Your bottom line on your financials, then you can reap performance by constantly wearing out people and so on. If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.